Now we have, I think, 1, 2, 3, and 4 capacitors, right? And which are connected both in parallel and then in series. We can see that this is capacitor 1, let's call this C1, this is C2, and this is what? C3, let's say this is C4. If you can study them well, you can understand that capacitor 1 and capacitor 4 are in what? In series. Capacitor 2 and capacitor 3 are in what? In parallel. So whenever you are given such to solve, you have to resolve capacitor 2 and capacitor 3 in series, then they can work with capacitor 1 and capacitor 4. So let's just take something like this. We say C1 is 15 μF, which is the same as 15 times 10 to the power minus 6F, right? What is C2 again? C2 is 7.5 μF. These are given. These are the given values. μF, which is same as 7.5 times 10 to the power minus 6F. What is C3? It's also 7.5 μF. 7.5 times 10 to the power minus 6F. And C4 is what? 15 μF, which is 15 times 10 to the power minus 6F. Okay, we are given this. So, we want to make use of C2 and C3. We already know that we have C1 and C2. They are in series. And we want these two capacitors, C2 and C3, also to be in series so that they can work with this one. So, let's call CP for C2 and C3. These two, we call them CP. So they are in series. For C2 and C3, let's only solve for C2 and C3. So for C2 and C3, capacitors in what? In parallel. What is the formula for capacitors in parallel? We have C is equals to what? Is it not C2 plus C3? That is CP. For parallel, you just add the two. C2 plus C3. So we call them CP. So CP is equals to, what is C2? What do we have for C2? 7.5, 7.5 times 10 to the power minus 6. We can say plus. What is C3 also? 7.5 times 10 to the power minus 6. So therefore CP is equals to 7.5 plus 7.5 is what? 15 times 10 to the power minus 6. Or you can say CP is equals to 15 μF. Now let's look at this. Since C2 and C3 have been arranged or have been worked and they are now in series, then we can draw the diagram like this again. From A to B, we have C1, capacitor 1 is 15 μF. Now this C2 and C3 is the same as 15 μF now. Are you seeing it? So we call it capacitor CP. This we call it CP. And we have 15 for it. Is in series with C4. And capacitor 4 also is 15 μF. So now solving this one in series, we can say now in series, these capacitors now are in series. And we know that for in series the same as 1 upon C is equal to what? 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2 plus 1 upon C3. So 1 upon C will give us 1 upon, what is C1? It's just 15 plus what is C2? 15 plus what is C3 is 15. So 1 upon C gives us, what is the LCM for all this? 15. This here is 1 times 1, so this is 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 1 upon C is equals to 3 upon what? 15. Are we together? You can cross multiply if you want. This will give us 15. C by 3 is what? 3C. You divide here by 3, here by 3, this cancels. So we have a value of C to be 15 upon 3. 3 into itself, 1 is here is what? 5. So therefore, C, which is a capacitance, is equal to 5 μF. I think that is good.